we got Joe Derosa a little later on. We got me and a few of my comedy friends are going to be doing some comedy for you first. And at this time I wanted to remind everybody, no yelling out, no heckling. Keep all talk amongst yourselves to a whisper and a minimum of hopefully 0. Yeah, just have a good time. Like I say, I have $2 slices of pizza for sale somewhere around here. Yeah. And they're almost out of pizza, so get it while it's hot, but pay attention very closely to my set while doing so. I want to let you know where everybody you see tonight before Joe Derosa is. We a couple of us host an open mic on Monday nights. That's who we helped put this together, and every Monday night at 8 o'clock we have an open mic here. So come out to that sometime. It's free, and they have cheap beer and stuff. So and $1 PB&Js. So no yelling out, mother. But thank you. So I wanted to tell you a little bit. I told my friend like a while ago that I wanted to start doing stand-up comedy, and he looked at me and he said, "Oh, a friend of my brother's tried doing stand-up comedy, and he got roofied." Just the first thing he could think to tell me. I was like, that's like if I was deathly afraid of flying, and I went to my best friend and I was like, "Oh, I overcame this fear, I got a ticket, I'm flying out next week." And he's like, "Oh yeah, a friend of mine was on a flight recently, and on the plane, it got roofied." That's all I can really compare that to. So my name is Ryan, and I am a professional pizza delivery guy. No, hold the applause. I don't do it for that. I do it to help people. And of course for the immense respect it gets me from everyone under 12. To people above 12, I'm like Rodney Dangerfield in that I haven't impressed anyone since the 80s. But I was pretty good in Natural Born Killers, though. I was gonna say. But everyone under 12, I'm like a god. I'm like a notch below Santa Claus, and I might even be beating out the ice cream man as far as the respect department goes. So what I'm saying is I spend all my time with 6-year-olds to get my self-esteem up. We watch Ladybugs. That's another Rodney Dangerfield joke, guys. And the last one of the night, I promise. Yeah. So I grew up with very liberal parents. They were always very supportive of all my decisions. They were really cool until the day I had to come out to my dad as a Queen fan. It was awkward. We couldn't talk to each other for like 3 years without breaking into a fight about whether Queen or Blink-182 was better. It's like a shitty body switch movie. So a body switch movie, pretty much. My mom recently wanted me to go visit my grandma because it was her birthday. And that's just a rough proposition because I don't have anything in common with my grandma. I want to just go spend time with her because she doesn't have anything I want to talk about. But so I liken going to see my grandma to like going to your pot dealer. Like you just want to go get your business done and get out. And she always insists that you come and sit and hear stories about how Dark Side of the Moon syncs up with Wizard of Oz. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. I grew up going to a lot of live music events, concerts, some would say, I guess. That's how normal people talk, I guess. Because you know, I was white and suburban, so I was into punk rock, naturally. And in recent years, I've become old and boring instead. So I go to live sporting events now. Yeah, give it up for nondescript sporting events, guys. Go random team. But it's a whole different thing because you'll spend up to like $50 to $100 for a ticket to a sporting event, and there's like a 50% chance that you're gonna leave not only disappointed, but just furiously angry. And you spend, and that's like, to equate that to the concerts that I would go to, like, you know, leaving disappointed would be like, Weezer didn't play the Sweater Song. I'm so not stoked. But the anger that you feel after a sporting event would be more like, Weezer just came out and shit all over the stage. And then they closed by playing Beverly Hills 5 times in a row. I want my money back. So I got married recently. It's all right. But my wife is black, which I know all of you are thinking, wow, this guy's a lot cooler than we thought he was when he came on stage. But don't go overboard. She's not like Tyler Perry black. She's just a nerd like me. She's black. Happens to have darker skin than me, which isn't hard. But it does change things up a little bit. Like, I can't say that she's whipped. That's really inappropriate. And I can't, you know, like, normally adorably sexist jokes about owning your wife, quickly terribly racist. So I learned at my rehearsal dinner. And I'm not allowed to be racist. Like, not like everybody else isn't allowed to be racist because it makes them terrible, hate-filled sociopaths. But I'm not allowed to be racist in the same way most husbands aren't allowed to critique their wife's dinner. It's just a daily thing for me. Like, instead of doing dishes, I have to go to Free Mumia rallies. It's boring. What I'm trying to say is I have a mundane lack of racial hatred. But me and my wife have talked about having a child, and that makes me a little nervous because I'm a white guy that looks like this. And if I've done the math correctly, carried the one, our child will also be black. And then I will be a white guy looking like this, carrying around a black child by myself. And I'm just worried that people will think I kidnapped it, or I was cuckolded and I'm just really fucking stupid. But don't worry, you guys. I came up with a solution. Blackface. It's a perfect solution for a lot of things. I used to be really politically active, but in recent years I've become just really cynical, you know? Like, which is a word that sounds way better than lazy. I'm way less judgmental, you guys. Gosh. But, like, a friend will come up and be like, oh, like, are you going to this rally this weekend? It's, like, against war or something. And I just look at him and I say, no, I'm not going to that protest because it's all futile. None of it makes any difference. Nobody's listening. You gotta pay for a goddamn permit to march down the fucking street. Plus, there's a Gilmore Girls marathon on this weekend. I watched that for the 12th time, eating an entire cake. You know, make a real difference. So it may surprise you guys to know that I occasionally partake in pornographic films. I know you're thinking that I can just, with a brief clap of my hands, make people fornicate in front of me for my amusement. But such is not the case, unfortunately. So I was watching a porn recently, and the audio was fucked up on it. So all the women's voices sounded demonic. It's like, I'm gonna suck your cock now. Do you mind if I make out with my friend Lisa? Have you ever experienced any anal play? It was terrifying how quickly I came. Something like that. I have one last joke for you guys before I bring up the next comic. I told a friend of mine, or I had a friend years ago that had the word cunt tattooed across her stomach as a political statement or something. She was taking the word back, I guess. And I've lost contact with her, but through friends, I've heard that she has about 3 or 4 kids in those years. But yeah, it makes me really concerned about how stretched out her cunt must be. All right. You guys ready for your next comment? All right. This next comment, he got the whole open mic here started, and he's he's emceed at Stitches and everything. Very funny guy, close friend of mine for about 15 years. You didn't even know that. Everybody give it up for Steve Harkins.